The Book Dragon's Lair. ASMR. Okay. Alright. I think we finally lost them. Finally. And as for you, what in the name of terror were you thinking? Stealing from the altar in the cleric temple. Stealing that statue when you knew how much it meant to them. Figurine. And this is the 4th time. 4 villages in 1 week. That is a new record. For you. For us. Ugh. Of course I am angry. I am furious at you. Because this is the 4th village that we have been chased out of because you couldn't keep your hands to yourself. I'm so disappointed in you. Calm down. Calm down. I want you to understand the severity of this situation. We have been chased out of 23 villages in total. In this kingdom alone. And it's gotten to the point where they're beginning to put wanted posters up for us. And they're including me in the bounty, despite the fact that every time I come to get you out of trouble, it is misinterpreted as me being in on your schemes and your thieves and your thieveries and your heists and I can't even say words properly. This is how angry you've gotten me. And you never know when to stop. It's going to get to the point where we are going to have to drastically alter our appearances wherever we go because there are going to be so many wanted posters out for us and so many people hunting for us, and all because you have itchy palms and you cannot keep your hands to yourself for more than 5 seconds. If I'm not paying attention to you, if I don't have my eye on you 24/7. And I can't always do that, now can I? Because I am trying to ask around to find work for us, but I am also trying to get information out of some of the locals to see if they know anything about the Jade Doves. And it seems like every time we make progress and we take a few steps forward, we always end up taking 4 steps back because of your tomfoolery. Do you understand the situation? We have spent more money on your bail than we have spent on food and supplies. I honestly think that I should have left you in that tavern where I found you. But I didn't. Because I'm stuck with you. I am to be traveling with you. And despite everything that you have put the 2 of us through, despite everything we have been through, I thank Terra below and Azure above that you are not a bard. Because then we'd be even worse off than we already are. Because you would be so promiscuous and loose with your morals that you would be like a rooster, mounting anything with feathers. And don't give me that bullshit. You made those promises constantly. You have promised me every single time we've escaped and gotten run out of town, you have promised me that you will be better and that you will keep your hands to yourself. And every time you have promised me that, what do I find you doing? I find you pickpocketing the nearest person who looks rich and isn't paying attention. I mean, if it were stealing from the rich to give to the poor, that I would kind of understand and I would kind of get behind. Because there are some villages that we've been to that are like that. But no, you are not stealing to help others. You are stealing for your own selfish gain, and I am sick and tired of it. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is any of it getting through to you? Of course not. Of course it doesn't get through. Nothing really does get through when you keep on that absolutely edge-laden aura of confidence and entitlement, and that you are too cool to follow the rules. Nothing ever gets through to you, and you never take anything seriously. And I hate that about you. Do you remember how we first met? Go on, tell me. Do you remember how we first met? Exactly. When I found you, you were drunk in the Rusty Scabbard Tavern. I felt compassionate towards you. I got you sobered up. I got you back on your feet. And I thought that'd be it. I thought I wouldn't see you again. And yet, you were so grateful. You genuinely seemed grateful to me, at least, that you wanted to travel with me. And so I decided fine. I let you stick around with me as I looked for work in your village and asked around about the Jade Doves. And the moment I turned around, I caught you pickpocketing people. And I told you to knock that off, because you'd get in trouble for it eventually. And where do I find you? The very same night. I find you in prison because you had decided to steal from the wrong person. And I ought to have left you there to serve your time. I told myself, Uthra, this is their fault. They need to learn from their mistake. They ought to reap what they sow. But I didn't leave you. I ended up paying for your bail with the money that I had spent months and weeks on end saving so I could pay for passage to Kashea, where my sister is being held. We travel on, and it seems like no matter what, one misfit after the other, and you end up in prison again and again and again and again. And every single time, I am always paying your bail. And I am so sick and tired of it. I am the one who has to constantly clean up your messes every time you get us in trouble, because you cannot control yourself and you have no sense of responsibility or discipline or anything of the like. All you care about is yourself and how quickly you can shove food in your face and line your pockets with money and riches that aren't yours. And every single time, I want to just leave you in prison or leave you in the mess that you found yourself in. But I can't. And I suppose that's on me. Because I am so foolish to think that deep down, underneath all your edge and all your cocky persona and underneath all that bullshit, that there is a decent human underneath with a genuine heart of gold. And yet every time I think that, every time I continue to hope that, you seem to prove me wrong. And be honest, you would still be rotting in jail or getting yourself into various kinds of different shenanigans and troubles if I wasn't there to bail you out. Oh, really? Really? You would get along just fine without me, would you? What about that snare that you got caught in Mizpah because you weren't paying attention? Because you had had a little too much to drink and you were hung over that morning? Or what about the gambling in Tabor? We had managed to make a sizable fortune, but you had pissed off the wrong people and you ended up in prison. And I had to spend all of our winnings paying your bail, like I always do. And I am sick and tired of it. I am tired of having to clean up your messes. I am tired of your cocky, arrogant attitude, and I am tired of having this conversation with you. And you want to know how many times we've had this conversation? 154 times. I am tired of being disappointed in you. I am tired of being let down by you. Stop scolding you. You're not a child. Well, if you're not a child, then act like an adult and take responsibility for your own actions. Because one way or another, I'm going to find a way to Kashea, even if I have to beg and borrow. And honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen to my feud. I know what's going to happen to me. I'm going to find my sister. I'm going to die trying. And as for you, you were alone when I found you. And now, after everything you've done, after everything we've been through, given how many people hate you, I'm pretty sure you're going to end up dying old and alone. I'm going to find something. I'm going to try and forage for our supper. Don't follow me. Hey, I found some nuts and some berries for our supper. Would you like some sangria? Thanks. I didn't mean what I said about you being alone. And I don't hate you, alright? I just wish you could understand. I wish I could understand you. Because half of the time, I don't know what's going on in that head of yours. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me that we keep ending up here. And I know I should be grateful. I should be grateful for when you do make those promises and you try. You do actually try to keep your promises. It's just every time you fall back on them and I just wish things weren't as complicated as they are. I'm sorry for saying what I said before, but at the same time, we can't keep doing this. Because something has to give one way or the other, and I wish I could give up. I wish I could just throw my cares away. I wish I didn't have to worry, and I wish I didn't have to be the responsible one. But someone has to. Someone has to between the two of us, and I feel like no one has my back. I feel like I am always cleaning up after your messes, and for everything. Glad you're able to say that. And again, I didn't mean what I said before. And I don't hate you. I just wish that things were different between us. And I wish for a lot of things, to be honest. I wish my sister hadn't been kidnapped. I wish my father hadn't have been killed in the war. I wish I could trust people without this fear of being betrayed, and yet time and time again, when it all blows up in my face, I still end up coming back. I come back and I get you out of trouble, even when you break your promises. I wish I didn't have to, but I know the alternative of just walling myself up emotionally and sequestering myself from the rest of the world and trying to do this quest, this journey on my own. I know that I could always do that and just never let myself be vulnerable, but if I wall myself off, then no one can get in. No one can get out either. It's complicated. It's all complicated, and ever since I met you, it's been complicated, and I just wish we had an understanding. I want to have an understanding with you, but it seems like that is so hard for us to achieve, and I don't know what to do at this point. I really, really don't. I don't know if my sister is alive or dead. And every day that I spend not knowing if she's okay or not, that terrifies me to no end. And I am so scared that I will finally find her and she'll be dead. Do you know what that's like? To love someone more than anything in the world so much that you would do anything to protect them, even if it meant you got hurt in the process. That undying protection, that love that a parent has for their child, or a husband has for their wife, or in my case, that kind of love that a sister has for her sibling. Just that need to protect, to keep safe. She has so many aspirations and dreams that she wishes to fulfill, and I'm angry. I am angry at those brigands. I'm angry at the jade doves. And most of all, I am angry at myself. Because I wasn't paying close enough attention to her. If I had just been more alert to my surroundings, I would have seen them coming, and I would have managed to save her before they got her. Do you understand that? An only child. It definitely shows. Well, your mother, executed for witchcraft. Oh no. Your father, what about him? Remarried? Your stepmother cast you out, so you stole from her. I guess, in some sense, we do have something in common. We've lost people we care about. I want to believe that the next time you make that promise, that you'll stop stealing, and that you'll be better. I want to believe, more than anything, that you'll eventually mean it. At this point, I'm scared. I'm scared to trust you. I'm scared that despite this heart-to-heart, that everything will go back the way it is the next morning. And then, of course, the wanted posters, if they spread as quick as I think they're going to spread, then people are going to be after us. They'll try and catch us. I guess we both better learn how to escape then. Escape like rogues ought to do. Well, that's the thing. Most rogues don't have someone to pay their bail. You just got stuck with an orc druid who cares too much for her own good. It's getting late. And despite everything, we didn't even find any information about the jade doves in that village. So once again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to knock over your supplies. I didn't mean to knock over your pack. I'm sorry. But it seems like we're back where we started. at another dead end. And I don't know what to do anymore. The tattooist? What tattooist? These monsters. I can hear satyrs drunk and talking to themselves. They're so loud, I can't even hear my own thoughts. I'm tired of today. I want today to be over. I want it to be over so fucking badly. I think they've quieted down now, but what were you saying about the tattooist? There's a tattooist in Celestia? Well, what about her? She knows how to get to Kasher? Really? You're serious? Then we got to find her. Do you have the map? All right. Let me see. If this map is correct, we're currently in the forests of Injur. Injurgri. We're in that forest currently. If we keep walking north, we'll be headed on our way to Celestia. And if we come across a caravan traveling that way, we can cut our day's journey in half. Or at the very least, expedite it a bit. But it's getting late. We need to get some sleep. You go ahead and rest. I'll take the first watch tonight. Don't worry about me. Worst case scenario, I just turn into an owlbear. And I scare them off. Just go to sleep, alright? I won't let anything hurt you.